Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great pleasure to host you once more at IATEFL Poland webinar. Today, the topic is Skype in the classroom, open your classroom to the world. Before we start and before we greet fantastic Małgorzata Buszman, we've got to tell you a bit of important things. First of all, you are here thanks to IATEFL Poland, which is Association of Teachers of English as a Foreign Language in Poland. And second of all, is the fact that November is very fruitful month for IATEFL Poland, for the online meetings, for the webinars. And we would like to invite you to our IATEFL Poland website, so you could take a look at what we have prepared for you this month. And so far we had a couple of webinars, but if you would like to get some more news about it, please come to our iatefl.org.pl website and check some juicy information about our project. Thanks for joining us, and now over to Małgorzata Buszman. All the best. Have a good meeting.
Hello, welcome everyone. I would like to welcome our speaker, Małgosia Buszman. I'm Małgorzata Bukowska-Ulatowska. I represent Gdańsk region of IATEFL Poland, and this webinar is prepared by our regional branch of the association. So, without further ado, how to take our students to some fantastic trips around the world? Is it possible in those difficult pandemic times? Małgosia knows that it is possible, and I'm sure she will convince all of you. So, how to do it?
Okay. Hello everyone, and good evening in Poland. Maybe in other parts of the world it's good morning, but anyway, I warmly invite you to see how we can travel the world without leaving your homes or without leaving your classroom. For now, I would like to share my screen, and I will be showing you all necessary information from the website. Okay, so I hope our connection will be good enough for you to see. Sometimes I can tell you that sometimes the website, the page works very slowly, but anyway, I think that you will find some useful and practical information how to open the world, how to open the door of your classroom to the world. Okay, so let's start. Okay, but I can't share my screen. The screen is shared. Okay. So maybe I think I will ask for help. Okay, please wait a moment. Okay, so I will ask Mr. Marcin, because I can't share my screen. The screen is already shared. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Okay, so I have a question. If you can see my screen, and maybe can you give me the answer? Can you now see the website Skype in the Classroom? Can you see this now? Because I can't see the chat. Okay. So I don't know if I can tell you now this.
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. So if you confirm that it is very important, because then I'm not worried that you can't
Maybe
see
it's possible to enlarge it a bit, but you can see it.
It's okay. Okay. So the most important fact is that you can see this. Okay. So Skype in the Classroom, it is not just the application, as Skype. So this is not the application which allows you to connect with any other part of the world. Skype in the Classroom, as you can see here on your screens, is a free program which helps you and allows you to contact with different classrooms, with different teachers, with different places all over the world. So it means when you are a member of this program, you can invite to your classroom people, students, teachers from different countries. So how to do it step by step when you want to contact, for example, students or teachers from other part of the world. How to do it? Okay, so let's start. The first thing you need to do is to register and log to this website, Skype in the Classroom. You can find it by using Google, or you can write the link here, education.skype.com. Okay? Now you can see my profile. I have been a user of this program for about 3 years. So my profile is already, let's say, filled in, but you first need to complete all the necessary information. Here you can edit your profile, you can add all necessary information. So I mean, give your name, your location, your time, but all the necessary information you will be given to do when you will be filling the information. The very important fact I want to show you is to add your email here, and you need to put a tick here, allow Skype in the Classroom members to contact me. This is very important because when other members want to invite you, then they can use your email. Okay? Here you, as I told you a moment ago, here you can you write your location, your time zone, some information you want to share with other members. Okay, so the first step done, you fill the information about you. Next, what to do next? Secondly, you need to add your classroom. Okay, as I told you, I have been a user for a very long time, so I have a lot of different information here, but at first you will find this point, and a classroom. And this is very important because only when you create your classroom, you can invite and you can be invited to take part in connections, in the virtual lessons. Okay? So how to do it? Let's create a classroom. It is very easy. It takes about maybe not few minutes, but a moment, okay? Create a classroom, for example, I want to create my English classroom because I'm an English teacher. Choose subjects. You can choose any you want. You have in alphabetical order. Let's say I want to add one. What do you and your students want to learn? For example, we want to play mystery Skype. Of course, later I will explain what mystery Skype is. Okay, what's next? Then you can add some photos, YouTubes. I don't want to do it now. You can do it yourself. We've got languages, it's English. Number of students, let's write 10 to 20. And you've got the age of your students. For example, I teach classrooms, students aged, I don't know, 9, 17. Okay. And I've got information continue. And here appears another very important feature of the program. So I mean that every classroom needs to have its own availability. So you give information to another teachers and other members when your classroom, when you are available. Okay? So all you need to do is okay, so you need to click here. And for example, I'm writing that I'm available. I would add long availability, and I will tell you in a moment why. And it repeats weekly, and how often, let's say all week. And in a moment, I will explain why I'm doing so. Save. And it's okay, so I have given my availability, and for example, I'm available between 8 a.m. and 12. So it's not a long time. That's why I suggest that you should give longer availability because of time difference. For example, I'm in Poland now, and here in Poland it's 6:15 p.m., but for example, in Australia, it is 3 a.m. and in the United States, it is 11 a.m. Yes, so this is time difference. So that's why I suggest giving longer availability, because then you've got longer, bigger chance to connect. Okay, so we have already created our classroom, and now let's go back to our main profile. And for now, what can we do in the program? So what is the program really about? As I told you at the beginning, this is the base of teachers' classrooms and even places, because you can ask for a virtual trip, and then you can talk, you can connect with this place, with these people. So now we can go to find activities and classrooms point. Okay, so what can we do there? Okay, here you've got the information about guest speakers, about virtual field trips, about classrooms mystery Skype, projects and resources. And for now, I will tell you about each of these categories. Okay, so guest speaker, what is it? For example, some teachers in different countries would want to share their experiences in some kind of subjects. Yes? Let's try to find a guest speaker, for example, in climate topics. Okay, and here you can see sessions with guest speakers, so with people who want to share their experience in the topic of climate. Of course, you can choose any topic you want, okay? So it depends on you and your students, your classroom, the subject you teach, yes? I like climate resources, let's say, and that's why I wrote this word here. Okay, and what happens? I have a lot of offers here. Let's say I would like to take my students to an expedition to the Arctic. I need to press request this session. And look what happens. I have information that during the lesson we will learn about impacts of climate change, permafrost and carbon feedback loop, how it is to do field work in the Arctic. Yes, so I know that this guest speaker will talk about these issues. Okay, let's say I'm interested in this session. I need to request for the session, but very important is that the speaker must have availability. And here you can see that unfortunately the speaker didn't give any availability. So it means that unfortunately I need to look for something else, because no availability means no session. Yes, so it happens here because some participants, some members do not give their availability regularly. Okay, I haven't found about Arctic, so maybe about visit a New Zealand bush and see trees size ferns. What about this one? Will I be able to request the session? We will see. Okay, so no availability. So let's look for more. Okay. How about water shortage? It is also an interesting topic. So what is water shortage? How it is affected in the world? Oh, we are lucky. We have the guest speaker here, and look, all these blue rectangles mean that I can request for the session. Okay, so I will order my session for tomorrow. The violet color appeared, so it means that I have already done the request. Press continue. Here, giving numbers of participants is required, so I wrote 220 because in Poland we have online teaching, so okay, so we would like to hear about water shortage. Okay, so I wrote a message, it is required here, so continue. And look what happens. I got only the information that I requested a session. What happens next? On your email, which you gave registering to the program, information will come about approving or declining the session, because the host of the meeting must approve or decline your request. And then another email comes that for example, your request is approved. Okay. And this information, which is important at each my workshops, that you do not connect here on the platform. So what are the ways of connection with your partner, with another member of the program? You can connect with this partner on Skype, because in your email you get Skype link, but also you can discuss with your partner another ways of connecting. So, for example, it means that when you use Teams or when you use Zoom or any other platform, you can join the guest to your virtual classroom. Okay, this is possible, but all the details connected with the way of your call, you should discuss with your partner on email. Okay, so please do not wait for the connection here on Skype in the classroom. Skype in the classroom is only the base of contacts which allows you to find partners. Okay, so it was guest speaker. We have already booked a session about water shortage. Let's continue another categories of the program. Virtual field trips, one of my favorites. Okay, look, I have pressed the category virtual field trip, and look what we've got here. Yes, so we've got National Park, discovering dinosaurs. You will have to look for these sessions, but let's say if I can investigate the WWF headquarters, I want to request the session. For example, I would like to see, but another information, yes, availability. Oh, they are available, but look, the availability is very rare. So, but I want to do it. Yes, I want to see that. Continue. Okay, so we would like to connect. Okay, continue. The numbers of participants. Okay, let's say 10 to 20 and continue. And again, I send the request and now I'm waiting for their response. And about the virtual field trips, so really you need to check, you need to see what are your needs and what are your, let's say, topics at the lessons, because here you really have got a wide variety to choose. And for now, because of pandemic times, Skype in the classroom also has launched a new idea. These are lessons, live lessons from different parks, from different museums, zoos, and others. And they are held each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Polish time. Yes, so it is about 10 a.m. In the USA, but about these live events, I will tell you in a moment. What are live events? Live events, it's an occasion for you and your students to watch, for example, a park, a museum, a zoo, and other places live, but you can also watch it on demand later. Yes, so it depends on you. But about Skype live events, I will tell you in a moment. Yes, so virtual field trips are really fantastic because you can see places which probably you will not be able to visit in reality, yes, because of distance, because of time, because of any other different factors, yes. So I encourage you to find your virtual field trip and to see how it is there. Okay. Another category, Mystery Skype and classrooms. So this is the best for students. You have classrooms for all over the world. I love Australia, so I want to connect with Australian students. Yes? Okay. I have some teachers, some classrooms from Australia, and of course, you follow the same routine, you follow the same instructions. Yes, you want to connect, then you want to connect, you send a request. Yes, they are available, you send a request and you are waiting for approval. Now, I would like to present you a game, an online game, which gives a lot of fun to students and to teachers. And the game is called Mystery Skype. Mystery Skype is a game where students guess the location of their speaker. So, for example, where my students are from Poland, and I booked a session from Australia. So, I do not tell my students that the connection is from Australia because they have to guess it. How can they do that? They ask questions with yes/no answers. So, for example, is your country big? Is your country small? Are you in Northern Hemisphere? Does it snow in your country? Do you have kangaroos in your country? Yes, so this is a great lesson of geography, and of course students can use their maps, then their mobile phones to guess it, and it's a real fun because the time is running, yes, and the first the best, yes, so this is an element of competition, yes, so they want to win. Another, let's say, type of this game can be, for example, mystery animal or mystery city. Yes, so it means that you talk to the teacher, you choose the city, you choose the animal. So, I mean, you do not choose the city because you are, for example, I'm in Gdynia, yes, but you inform other teacher about the city you are from. The teacher informs you. You do not tell your students about it. And the students, during the connection, guess. They play. Yes, so for example, once I played with Mexican students and we chose a fox. Yes, so in Mexico, foxes aren't very well known, so they had a small problem. Yes, so, and for example, in Australia, there are some animals which are only present, which only live in Australia. Yes, for example, Ikinda. Yes, so it is not so easy, but you have an exercise in communicating. You have some kind of geography elements. You have breaking the lesson routine. So you have all the elements which make Skype in the classroom very important in your lessons. Yes, because it is something new. It gives new energy. You can see different people on your screen. Yes, you talk to different people. Yes, so not only being at the lesson and doing exercises, but you have a real communication in foreign language. You get new information about different culture. Yes, because on Skype you have also a lot of cultural projects. Yes, I will tell about it in a moment. So really, Skype in the classroom is recommended to use to open the door of your classroom. Yes, so to break the rules, to start something challenging. Yes, so this is all about it. Okay, so it was about Mystery Skype. Really try, and you will not want to stop, and your student will ask for it. Okay, let's start find activities, because here something changed. Okay, so I told you about guest speakers. We had water shortage session. I told you about virtual field trips. We want to visit the headquarters. Mystery Skype. You can connect with any other country in the world which are available in the program. And what about collaborative projects? Yes, so this is the idea for, I should tick here. This is the idea for teachers and students who want to work longer with some classrooms. You can join to the project which is available, or you can set up your own project. At first, I suggest that you should join to the project to see what is all about. Okay, so for example, let's make it simpler. I've got projects, and again, I'm interested in climate topics. Let's find out what's here. Okay, so this is the project Climate Action. Actually, me and my students are taking part in this, but let's see what we can do there. Okay. So the objects of the project are the objectives: the effects of climate change, actions to fight, and how to join the climate action movement. Okay? When you join the project, again, you need to send the request, yes, and then you are added to Skype conversation. Surely the coordinator of the project will contact you, will give you information about dates in the projects, because usually projects are divided in smaller tasks with dates. So you can ask, why is it a Skype project? It is a Skype project because at the end of your project work, you should connect with another classroom. Yes? So you connect with another classroom in the project and you share your actions in this project. Then let's say the time of the project it depends on project. Yes, because there are projects which last 1 month, but there are projects which last 1 year. Yes, so then you need to check, you need to contact with coordinator and check the conditions of being a member at this project. Okay, so as I told you, there are very different kinds of projects. Yes, here I chose about climate, but I don't know, maybe you have younger students, you want to have about animals. Yes, so look, there are also projects about animals. Yes, if you have older students, you can have some scientific projects. Let's see. Okay. I need to tell you that there are also a lot of projects which are connected with tradition, with culture, with holidays. And for now, this is a perfect moment for you to join the program because Christmas is coming, yes? So this is a great opportunity to show customs of your country during Christmas, how you celebrate it. Your students can prepare posters, presentation, they can even sing carols on Skype calls. Really, I have had a lot of lessons like this, and it was fun. Yes, it was a real fun because, for example, when there are countries which are not Catholic, yes, so which don't know carols, then it is something new for them. Yes, so you can present your own culture, your own history, your own tradition. Okay, so now it's the time when you really want to join Skype in the classroom. Okay, and finally, the last part, resources. And this is also my favorite part, because here you can use, let's say, information. So what does it mean? I told you some minutes ago about Skype live events. I should have it here, but if not, I will write it. Let's say live events. Oh, upcoming live events. So these are events which you can watch alone, you can watch with your students, but I think it's unnecessary if you can watch it at home from your armchair. And you can watch it live. Okay, so let's see, what is it? I have already checked it, and for now, they don't have any new events, but I think they will have next week, because yesterday there was a festival, a marathon of Skype lessons, which is called Global Learning Connection. It was yesterday and the day before. I will tell you about Global Learning Connection events in a moment. But here, when you, for example, tomorrow or next week, when you would like to find information about these live events, only you need to do is to join the link. So it means that when you want your students to watch this event, you only send them link. And this is the link for Teams meeting, but they do not have to use Teams because they can watch it from their browser. Yes? So it's very easy. I would say very convenient for you because you have a ready-made lesson in English. And then, for example, after the lesson, after you watch it, you can give some tasks connected with this lesson, with this film, because there are films which are available later. So how did I organize this kind of lesson? Using Skype live events, or when you want to watch it later, they are called on demand. Yes, on demand. So it means that if you don't watch it on Wednesday, you can watch it on Friday. Yes, because usually there are 2 days difference. Yes, when they prepare it for the website. So I watched this events with my student, And I gave them some questions about it. And as you can see on the screen, really the topics of this live events, which you can watch it on demand, for me are fantastic. So look, you can learn about forest in the ocean. Yes, so there are real forests in the ocean, because I watched the film, and really a lot of useful information from biology and geography. If you're interested in history, in space adventures, you can watch this event from New York, from the museum, Airspace Museum, where you can find and you can see the Space Shuttle Enterprise. Another fantastic lesson, for example, about Florida manatee. Yes? So these are the huge water animals. About butterflies. Yes, so when you're interested in biology. Last week I watched, for example, about polar bears. Yes, so this is the lesson. I don't know if they have it already, but it surely will be available next week. But look, you've got also the interview with the author of How to Train the Dragon. And in this film, she shows how to draw. Yes, so really practical, interactive lessons, interactive films, which you can use later with your students. You can write your own ideas to these films, to these lessons. So really, the idea is awesome. For example, Jane Goodall, which is a very famous ecological activist, she has been working with monkeys for about 30 years. I think it is worth watching when you are interested in any ecological issues. So really, you can and you have a wide variety of possibilities to choose. Okay, so I'm feeling like I've been talking and talking for ages. We've got some time. I will share with you about my projects and my lessons I had. But for now, if you have for now, maybe from the technical, let's say, steps I have given, do you have any questions, or is everything clear for you, or do you need any help for now? Because if not, I will continue. Yes?
There's one question from the chat box about the possibility of organizing meetings in other languages than English, for example, in German. Is it possible?
Yes, yes. So I'm glad that this question appeared. As you can see, this website is organized in English, and the main language here, when you want to find partners, so this is English. But for example, you are from Germany, or you are a German teacher, yes? A teacher of German language, let's say. Exactly. So let's write Germany here, okay? And see what happens. In Germany, no, I don't want. So let's try only about. So what am I doing now? Now I'm looking for contacts with German teachers. Yes? Okay. And look, I have chosen here, yes, in the browser I chose Germany. Yes, because I'm interested in contact with any German classroom teachers or whatsoever. Yes? And look, here you've got the classrooms, the teachers from Germany. So it means that you will have a contact. And this is what we are looking for. And let's say I want to connect with this class, learn German, yes? Let's see. Oh, and it's even in German. So, ich hoffe, wir werden Spaß haben. Okay, I speak a little German. I want to connect with this class. Oh, and another factor is that they need to have availability. Do they have? Not really. So let's find another teacher. Let's find another classroom. Olea from Wiesbaden. Okay. Let's try. No availability. Oh, look. So I have found Olea from Wiesbaden, Germany. And she's available on Monday from 10 to 12. Yes? And what does it mean to you? It means that you can send her a request, and then you can ask her if she wants to contact you in German. Yes, so it means for you as a teacher that all contacts are in English, but when you want to practice to improve any particular language, any language, and you find another teacher in this program who want to improve, for example, German language, who want to speak German language, then it means that you can connect with this classroom in German. Yes, because you have found the classroom. Okay, so in general, as I told you, lessons or virtual field trips or guest speakers in general, they are available in English, and also when you have live event, Skype live events. So they are organized in English. But when you find a willing teacher to speak another language, then it is quite possible, and all you need to do is look for this opportunity. Yes? And for now, I can also recommend Facebook groups for teachers. The groups are called, there are two groups. So the groups are called Mystery Skype, and the second group is Skype in the Classroom Enthusiasts. And there you can write your offers. So for example, I'm available on Wednesday at 10 a.m. And you need to give your time, yes? Is there any classroom who wants to join my conversation? Yes? You give your offer, and there are really a lot of answers for these offers. So Skype in the Classroom gives you opportunity to find partners to your projects, to your lessons. Okay, so I hope I can help in learning German. And are there any other questions for now? Okay, so no questions for now. So I think that I can tell you a little bit about my favorite lessons. Yes?
Okay, there's one more question. How to organize lesson using one computer and no camera? Is it possible?
Is it possible to organize a lesson with computer but no camera?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is possible. It is possible, but it means that the students or the teacher you will be talking to will not see you. Yes, so then I think I have never had this kind of situation, but I think that if you know that you have some kind of problems with camera, I think it is good to inform the other classroom about it. Yes, but it is possible. It is possible because then the connection will be organized only with the sound. So you will be able to talk, but they will not see you. Yes?
Okay. For the time being, we don't have any.
Okay. Okay, so great. We have about 20-25 minutes, so I think that it's the time for me to tell my lifetime story, let's say, about Skype in the Classroom, because really the program changed my attitude to learning, to teaching, and it really opened the world, my classroom to the world. I have had about 400 connections in this program. So really, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Skype in the Classroom and of these possibilities. The program is changing all the time because its name is Skype in the Classroom, but in fact, a lot of users now try to connect via Teams because it is also possible. I have told you that here on Skype in the Classroom, you only find your partners, but the connection with them is possible on any other platform. And I have observed that many participants of the program are now using Teams because it is also a product of Microsoft, and Skype in the Classroom belongs to Microsoft. Yes, so Microsoft advises to use Teams for now, and I know that Skype in the Classroom will probably change the name, something connected with Teams platform, but it is the future. For now, I want to tell you first about lessons or projects which were very important to me. And then I can tell you a little bit about the marathon of Skype lessons, which are organized annually each year in November. And I can tell you what is all about in Global Learning Connections, because this is the name of the event. Okay, so for now I can share my, let's say, favorite lessons. And my favorite lessons, maybe not number one, but one of, is the lesson with, and let's choose some other options, is Manuela Correia from Portugal. And there are people here maybe on this meeting who know her. And she conducts a fantastic lesson about plastic pollution. She gives a very professional presentation about the effects of plastic pollution. And she also encourages you and your students to prevent plastic pollution, and really she is worth recommending. I have done a lot of projects with her with different students. So I had 6-year-old students, and I had a 15-year-old student, which felt great at her Skype lesson. Another one is Becky Schneckser. She's the teacher from United States, but she is also a researcher of Amazon forests, and I have had some sessions with her, and she shows fantastic films from Amazon forests. She shares her experiences, and even she shows the film when she drinks tea, which is made from water from the river. Yes, so in the Amazon forest there is a river which has got hot water. Yes, so you on this Skype calls, you learn new you learn new facts or even new traditions, new culture. The thing also I love, I have already told you, is Australia. remember about time difference. It is about 4 a.m. in Australia now, because as I told you, I have had a lot of lessons with Australia. And here you can see Julian Angel. She is a great speaker, but I think that you can connect. Kylie Kingdon is also great. Yes, so you can join the sessions about Australian culture. They can tell you about Australian reality, which is different from, for example, European reality. Yes, because Australia for us is an exotic and original place. So when you like traveling, it is really worth talking to these people. I can also recommend you lessons with Vietnamese teachers because I'm talking from the perspective of European country, that Vietnam for us is quite a different culture. Yes, and when I have had a lot of lessons with from Vietnam, then I could see and I could show to my students different reality. Yes, so different way of living, different holidays, different celebrations. Yes, so they are very important and interesting from cultural point of view. Yes, so if you want to expand your knowledge or your students' knowledge about tradition, culture, so really Vietnamese teachers are great at doing it. And another culture which for me and for my students is very distant, but the teachers from India are very hardworking, and they are very willing to connect and to start projects. So when you want to have a longer cooperation, then I think Indian teachers are worth recommending, and they are also very interested in current topics of education, which are sustainable development goals. Yes, so these are goals which are set by the United Nations and also the European Commission to help the environment, to help people to prevent pollution and to start action in helping the environment. Yes, so sustainable development goals. Let's see what happens here. Yes, so as I told you, for example, here you've got information about sustainable development goals, and there are about 17 goals, and you've got different categories. Yes, only a few I can read here. Sustainable cities, responsible consumption, climate action, life below water, life on land. And here we can stop a moment on climate action, This is the latest project I took part with my students, and it lasted 6 weeks. It was a project set up by Cohen Timmers. This is the teacher who is also very popular in different kind of projects against pollution. And in this project, for example, I planted some trees and some herbs with my students in our school garden. Yes, so we really took some steps to help the environment. So these projects are not only about speaking and about, informing that it is important, but these projects connected with sustainable development goals are connected with taking action. Yes, so it can be a good start for you and your students to start your action. Okay? So I think that I encouraged you to think about any of lessons or topics or places you want to visit with your students. I can see that a few minutes left. So for now, maybe I will share my presentation, because now I'm full of emotions today after these 2 days of global learning connections. Or are there any questions?
Yes, but there is one question.
Okay.
Do we lose any options if we don't use Skype, but another kind of communicator, like Zoom, for example? Or is it the same no matter which communicator you use?
And I think that I partly answered the question, because here, Skype in the classroom, you find partners. And when you send a request to your partner, you get his or her email. And on that email, you need to discuss the way of communicating. Okay? So
it is open. You can suggest any kind of communicator, yes, and you don't lose any options.
Exactly. And what I told you is that many users connect via Teams, and I know it, that Skype in the classroom probably will change its name on something connected with Teams. Yes, because there are some steps taken. So any other communicator is possible.
Okay, thank you. So the last present for us, please.
Okay, yes, and the last present, that it's really a present, because as I told you, for now I'm full of emotions after my almost 20 classrooms I visited, partly with my students, partly alone, but a great virtual adventure, a great virtual, I would say even a festival. Okay, so for now, you can see my presentation. Yes, Global Learning Connection. I hope, but I think it is visible. So I prepared for you photos from my sessions during these 2 days, and now I can briefly tell you about it. Okay, so Global Learning Connection, as I told you, it's a marathon of global connections organized in November each year. You don't have to sign anywhere there is no registration, there are no lists where you need to sign. Only what you need to do is to connect with as many classrooms, teachers, places as possible. Okay, so it depends on you and your possibilities and also on your time. And this year, this marathon took part on the 10th and 11th of November, so it was yesterday and the day before. And for now, I want to tell you about ways I spent it. Yes, so some lessons were with my students and some lessons were without them. There was only me talking to another students in different countries. And I think that this is the picture, my favorite one. So the red is my classroom, as you can see. And because yesterday it was in Poland an Independence Day, so I was also sharing my information about this festival because my speakers were also interested, my listeners, not my speakers, my listeners were also interested in some kind of culture and history in Poland. So as I told you, I celebrated Polish Independence Day virtually, and I talked about it with students from India, from Brazil, from Argentina. Yes, I showed them our national symbols. So I'm giving you here a hint how you can also organize your lessons. Yes, you can also prepare a presentation about your country, about your culture, about your traditional food, because this is something interesting and something new for classrooms you can connect. So here you can see Polish national symbols, and the breathtaking event was when at 11 p.m. an Indian teacher called me and she asked me if I wanted to see her students dancing. And I said, why not? So really, these girls were dancing yesterday for me, and they were very happy to do it. Yes, so if you want to have impressive lessons, use Skype in the classroom because really you can be impressed. About sharing information about Poland, I told you, but this is something important because I also connected Skype in the classroom with another project. European teachers should know the program. This is eTwinning program. And I also talked a little bit about Poland. I showed Brazilian students the postcards of my students about Poland. So another idea for you that you can share the results of your projects with other classrooms. Yes, another breathtaking lesson, virtual field trip in Monticello Museum, USA. You can use this lesson from the Skype in the Classroom base. And the fantastic speaker told us about Thomas Jefferson's mansion, which is Monticello, and now this is a museum. So for a moment we were in the United States watching the inside of this museum. Another funny story, funny for me because it was some kind of, I would say, something different for me, because I talked to students in Saudi Arabia about technologies, and I have noticed that this is quite different culture from ours, because I would say that these students, are very talkative, they are very expressive, they want to know all the details, yes, so it was something new for me, and to some extent, I broke some of my, let's say, comfort. Okay, so another marvelous event was a lesson with about 100 participants about culture of different countries, and it was a lesson with my students. We heard about Tunisia, about Argentina, about different countries. Yes, so this is India and others. So I try to be hurry because the time is running. The things I recommended to you is Mystery Skype. So we had some Mystery Skype with my students. This is the lesson from UK, from Greece also. So as you can see, you can use your map. Also the lesson with South Africa. Also I have a friend in South Africa, so we meet each year on Global Connections. I was also talking about Poland. Here we played Mystery Skype. My favorite, Australia, and some information about India again, because as I told you, Indian teachers are very interested in sustainable development goals. So really, this global connection is somehow a summary of things you can do in this program, and really please try, and for me you will continue this journey. Okay, I can see that the time is off and I don't know if there are any questions.
There are no questions. I think we just, got inspired and everyone started looking for their own trips. Dear participants, dear presenter, within 90 minutes we managed to visit half of the globe. Thank you, Małgosia, for this inspiring trip, and I hope that within the next few days we'll receive hundreds of postcards from your trips, dear participants. So let's try. We are always open to share your experience. So if you want to contact IATEFL, please do so. We can always publish your reports and share your experience as well. So thank you, Małgosia, for all the inspiration. Thank you. Thank all of you for being with us tonight. And I hope that we'll see each other at some other events organized by IATEFL.
Thank you very much. Get inspired. Get inspired and start. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All the
Bye.
best. Stay
Bye.
healthy. Take care of yourselves. Thank you.